late, you guys. I am so sorry. But we are here. We're together. Yay, yay, yay. Hello. I'm going to wait for people to join for a second because I literally just walked in the door. And I immediately sat down to chat with you guys. It was crazy. I was running like a mad woman from... I have to go into the office on Mondays and Wednesdays, and today going into the office to film for What's Trending. That's the other job I have. Was just absolutely crazy, and I ended up running a little bit behind, but now I'm here. Hi, Maria. Thank you so much for being here. You guys, I'm so sorry that I am 10 minutes late. I promise I will make it up to you. I'm also sorry if I'm sweating because I'm fully just like ran in, sat down, turned on the light, and here I am. Again, I am so sorry that I'm late, you guys. You guys know I do multiple things, and one of those things is I am a social media manager, and I also do hosting and producing for What's Trending. I have to go into the office on Mondays and Wednesdays to film for What's Trending, and that's where I was today. That's why I'm running late, and I'm so sorry. I'm so happy that I'm here with you guys. I feel like I can breathe for a second now that I'm with the House of Hill. We're together. Yay. Thank y'all for being patient with me. I really appreciate it. You guys, we are going to talk about so many fun things today. We're going to talk about the submarine because the stepson of the billionaire is messy. He's enjoying his 15 minutes. He got in a fight with Cardi B. You guys know here at the House of Hill, we know a thing or two about getting in social media fights with Cardi B. So we're going to talk about him, Cardi B. We're going to talk about our girl Britney Spears. We're going to talk about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle because the tea that is coming out about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, you guys know, I've kind of been in their corner, but I am so conflicted now. I don't know. This most recent stuff that's been coming out, I'm kind of like, I'm starting to side-eye Prince Harry and Meghan Markle a little bit, and it pains me to say that because you guys know, I just came around to Meghan Markle, I feel like, after the Oprah interview, but Prince Harry, he's been my man for many years. So for me to kind of start being unsure about Prince Harry, I don't know how I can come around to that. You guys, we're also going to talk about Kendall Jenner. We're going to talk about Kim Kardashian, Hailey Bieber. We're also going to talk about Kourtney Kardashian's pregnancy announcement. Yes, Casey. You guys, so much fresh tea going on with that, and we haven't had a chance to talk about it here in the House of Hill. But I'm going to fill you guys in on how Scott Disick is reacting, how Shanna Moakler is reacting, because now we have learned how they're feeling about the situation. So we're also going to get into that. Fessy, yes, thank you so much. If y'all are here, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Please go ahead and share this link with people who love celebrity tea. That way we can, get these happy hour hangs up, running, growing, all of that good stuff. I am so happy that you guys are here. Also, you guys, because this is the first full video of the week, let's go ahead and check in because I didn't get to check in with you on yesterday's pop-off. I only did mini pop-offs yesterday. I was playing catch up from a few things because I went to Disney on Monday, which was so fun. My mom, sister, and I did a little girls' day at Disney California Adventure. If you follow me on Instagram, you obviously saw that. Got to try the new espresso martini over in Avengers Campus. It was actually delicious. It tastes more like a chocolate martini, but still very good. Aaron's already talking about Scott. Scott should focus on dating whatever 19-year-old he's dating. We're going to get into Scott. We're definitely going to talk about Scott. Also, SL, I'm so happy that you finally made a live as well. We have Katie. Hello. We have Patrice. Yay. I'm so happy you guys are making it to the first lives. You guys, these happy hour hangs, I think this is our 4th one so far. But they are so fun. They have quickly become the highlight of my week because I love being able to connect with you guys one-on-one. We also have Stassi Blabber, first live. Wow, we have a lot of first lives here today. I'm so happy that more of you were able to make this happy hour hang. It is so fun to be able to talk about celeb tea in real time, catch up with one another in real time. You guys, let me know what you've been up to. How was your weekends? We have Cass here from Chicago enjoying the weather. I know the Midwest has been getting some great weather. Finally here in LA, we are having some sunshine, and I am so freaking excited about it. It has been pretty bleak. It's been pretty bleak, you guys. For the people who are just joining us, just a little refresher on what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the submarine that we are all enthralled with because one of the passengers, his stepson, the billionaire, has been fighting with Cardi B, and it's wild, giving me a little PTSD. We're also going to talk about Britney Spears. We're going to talk about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. We're going to talk about Kim. We're going to talk about Kendall. We're going to talk about Scott Disick's reaction to Kourtney's pregnancy. It's gonna be a really, really fun happy hour hang. Tamra, yay! I'm so happy you're here. She said, I love these, Madison. It kind of feels like old times. Completely agree. It does feel like old times, which is why I absolutely love it. Pink Glamour, do I ever hear from Shambong Dave and Hit It Leo, which were two people who I worked with at my old job? Yes, Pink Glamour. Also Tiana, if you guys remember her, I just saw her for her wife's birthday. It wasn't last weekend, but the weekend before. Luckily, we all keep in touch, and although there were things happening beyond our control, we all always stayed close, and we were all always on the same page. So we all always got along, and we all always had almost too much fun, to be honest with you. Like, we always had a really, really good time. Fessy said Cardi B and her online fights. I know, you guys, it's crazy. It is crazy. Travis said, when is Kourtney going to make an appearance? I know, I promise. If you guys love Kourtney Revolution, he was on The Circle. We also worked together at our old job. I will definitely get him on a live here at some point in time. Cass, yes, Vegan Queen. I just saw her at an event about a month ago. We ran into each other. So everyone from the olden days, we're all still thriving. We all still chat, and we all still get along, which is really the biggest blessing. I don't know a lot of workplaces that you can come out from kind of a touch and go situation. You guys all come out and are, still friendly with one another. So I'm very happy about that. I'm sorry for everywhere where it's raining, but you guys, I'm not gonna lie, we've been having a lot of cloudiness here, so I am happy that we get some sunshine. Check in. What else do you guys what else is going on? How was the weekend? Let me know. You guys, I had a very eventful weekend, and us Tauruses, we always need a day or two to recover, but very eventful weekend. I did a whole Vanderpump Rules pub crawl, or like bar crawl on Saturday. We went to all the Vanderpump bars, and it was so much fun. Also for my Vanderpump people, we got to talk to Tom Schwartz. He came over and sat with us when we were at Tom Tom, so that was interesting. It was fun. Honestly, it was a good time. I had a good time at all the Vanderpump bars, and I feel bad that I've been on the bandwagon of like not wanting to go to Schwartz and Sandy's, because honestly, we talked to the bar manager there, Brett. He was on season 9, if you remember him, and he was truly one of the loveliest humans ever. He gave us a free shot. He gave us dessert. It was all good. Also, I see you guys talking about Zendaya. Yes, the trailer for her new movie looks fantastic. People were talking, it actually looks like a really good movie. I believe it's called The Challengers, and Zendaya plays a tennis player who's kind of in this love triangle. The trailer was very steamy, and people were talking about Tom Holland on social media because they were wondering how Tom Holland was reacting to Zendaya's very steamy new film. But if I know Tom Holland, I feel like he is so supportive of Zendaya. I feel like they are just such a cute couple. I know he's feeling it. But yes, Aaron, it was really, really fun, you guys. We had a great time. Sunday was obviously Father's Day. Got to celebrate Papa Hill. We sat out by the pool, and then, like I said, Monday we went to Disney, which was so fun. Also, you guys, what we're going to be talking about, just want to recap really quick. We're going to be talking about the submarine. We're going to be talking about Britney. We're going to be talking about Prince Harry, Meghan Markle. We're going to be talking about Kim, Kendall, Scott Disick's reaction to Kourtney Kardashian's pregnancy, because we haven't gotten to talk about that yet, which is going to be so fun. Live with Marissa. Hey, girl. I'm so happy you made it to your first live. Yay. I'm so happy you were here. You were always sending me the sweetest messages on Instagram, so I'm so happy that you were able to make it to the live. Shabria said, Madison, am I excited that it's getting closer to my Taylor Swift concert date? Yes. But you guys, I have to say, something that my sister and I are stressed about is by the time I feel like Taylor Swift comes to LA, which is the end of the Eras Tour in the US, she's coming in August, what possible surprise songs are going to be left for us here in LA? I feel like my sister and I keep making the joke that we're going to get Christmas Tree Farm, because I feel like by the time she gets to LA, like what possible songs is she gonna have left to surprise us? I don't know. I would be very here for a Speak Now situation. Anything from Speak Now, maybe something from the vault is gonna take off and she's gonna hold it for us here in LA. Maybe we'll get a Reputation song, Harmony said. I wouldn't hate that. Not that I don't like Christmas Tree Farm, you know, Christmas is my favorite holiday, but I would like an iconic Taylor Swift song, personally. So hopefully. Aaron said maybe she'll announce a new album. That would be cool. I would absolutely love that. I need Taylor performing with Selena. That's what Marie just said. You know, Marie, if it was going to happen anywhere, I will say I do feel confident that it could happen here. I feel like if Selena were to come on stage, it could happen here in LA. The only thing that makes me nervous is I'm going to the Friday show. So I feel like if Selena and Taylor were supposed to do a collab, do you think she would save it for the last night or second to last night? I don't know. I don't know if I would catch it. Let's manifest that happens. Let's manifest that happens. Hopefully, that would be so cool. Travis said, just like the Rep Tour. Exactly. If you guys remember, during her Reputation tour, Taylor brought out so many cool people. Still one of my faves, Mariska Hargitay from Law & Order SVU. And she also went to 2 Taylor Swift shows with her kids during the Eras Tour, which is so freaking awesome. I love their friendship. I think it's amazing because I'm such a Law & Order SVU girly. Ariane today. Susan Perez, I'm going to that concert in LA at SoFi, last concert. Oh, you're going to the final night. Wow, that is going to be pretty freaking iconic. So we need to stay in contact about what songs. We got to stay in contact about the surprise songs because I do love checking on those all the time. We also have Canna Grandma here. Hi, another turtle mom. So happy that you are here. You guys, let's go ahead and just jump into the tea. I love our catch-ups. Travis said, imagine she announces a Selena collab. If Selena came out, I'm going to get to the tea, but I just need to say, if Selena came out during the Taylor show I was at and they just surprised everyone with a collab and started singing in the collab, like my sister's going to have to pick me up off the floor. I think I would literally pass away. Like, I don't know how I would react. I feel like my mind would be bursting, and I would also be trying to record every second on my phone. That way I could share it with y'all, because I'd be like, the House of Hill is going to lose their minds. Like, I need to record this right freaking now. I would need to just make sure you guys were experiencing this with me. Abso-freaking-lutely. Or maybe I would just go live on Instagram. So I'd be like, you guys, look, this is happening. Patrice said, didn't get Eras tickets, but I'll be seeing Ed Sheeran at SoFi in September. Oh, jealous. Ed Sheeran is another person I would love to see. My sister actually saw Ed Sheeran like years ago in Kansas City before he blew up. He played at a really, really small theater in KC. And I think tickets were like, I don't know, maybe like 10 or 20 bucks. And it was just him and his guitar. And she still says that is one of the best experiences she's ever had. And she's like, I will never be able to see an Ed Sheeran concert like that ever again, which is so freaking cool. And I love Ed Sheeran, and I love him and Taylor's friendship. But you guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into the tea. The first thing I want to talk about is, are we all following what's happening with the submarine? Because me personally, my TikTok feed is full of freaking submarine content. What's going on with the submarine? People are trapped in the, I don't know if I want to say trapped, but people, if you don't know what's going on, there were people who went down in this submarine to go look at the Titanic. They paid $250,000 each to have this experience, to take a submarine down and explore the wreckage of the Titanic. And essentially, after an hour and 45 minutes of them going down to the seafloor, they lost contact with the submarine. No one knows where they are. They did, the latest news today was that they did hear banging coming. They had like sonar detection. They heard banging coming from somewhere near Canada. But it's a crazy situation because they only have so much oxygen for them to use while they're there. And also, even if the submarine did float to the top, they couldn't get out because they have to be let out from the outside. So they're literally locked in this freaking submarine. They are trapped. It is absolutely insane. There have been so many memes. I saw someone say something about the memes. And not that this is a funny situation. This is like obviously very, very serious and scary. But I did see one meme that did cause me a small giggle. And it was the meme of the guy going like this, And it was like, notice how there's no women on the submarine? Yeah, because we know better. We're not spending $250,000 to sign a 8-paragraph waiver that something's going to happen to us. Like, we are not doing that. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about, Casey said, yes, I feel like that's so expensive to pay now, and no one knows where they are, and they can run out of oxygen. So scary. Crispy Cheese said, my boyfriend told me it's too cold to survive down there, so they're probably you know what. That's another thing. There's so much pressure down there that there's also a chance that, like, I don't know. You guys are getting what I'm saying. Either way, bad situation. But that one meme, even though it's incredibly inappropriate, did give me a small giggle. But what I want to talk to you guys about, so there's a billionaire on board who, his stepson, you guys, this stepson has just been like reveling in his 15 minutes of attention, okay, which is so messed up because his stepfather is literally MIA. And he's been getting a lot of attention because while this search has been going, he went to a Blink-182 concert. Obviously, people were like, seems a little odd that your stepfather is missing, might possibly be deceased, and you're rocking out at a Blink-182 concert. Weird. Well, after that news made headlines, Cardi B took to her Instagram story and kind of was ripping this guy a new one. She was making comments about the fact, she was saying that how she would want people waiting by the phone if she was missing. She said that she'd rather be poor and have people love and miss her as opposed to rich and people waiting for her to pass away. Like, she really ripped this kid. He's actually not a kid. He's 37 years old. Ripped this man a new butthole. And then, you guys, he responded to her on Twitter, and he was so sassy. So his first tweet said, what a POS trashy celeb. Cardi B trying to get clout off me and my family's suffering. I went to a Blink-182 concert for coping rather than sitting at home and watching the news. Shame on you, Cardi. Get some class. He then followed it up saying, Cardi B, we all know all of your latest releases are trash, but is your career this desperate for attention now? That's what this man told Cardi B. Also, as much as I would like to be like, oh, good for you for clapping back. This man was also flirting with a fans only model on Twitter right before this. This model posted something like, do you want me to sit on your face? And he responded to her saying, yes. And then he followed it up saying, please pray for my family. Sir, the OnlyFans model, I'm like, or fans only model, it's fine. I just feel like it's very cringy when you are on Twitter saying, yes, you want this model to sit on your face, and then you followed it up saying, please pray for my family. Like, it didn't sit well with me. It did not sit well with me. Let's see what you guys are talking about Cardi in the chat. Aaron said, rich people are so weird. My aunt was in the hospital and I canceled plans to see a movie. Aaron, that's because we're normal. We're normal. When our family is in need, we drop everything and we go. I mean, that's at least normal to me. I guess maybe that's not normal to everybody, but Aaron, same page. Same freaking page. I'm so happy, sweet, pretty Rhea. Hooray, I made it. Hello, Madison House of Hill. Hello. I'm so happy you're here as well. Harmony said, no, he's just trying to get all the attention off, but it's weird. Laura said, yeah, who's the trashy one? Nessa, I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for watching all the way from Jamaica. I appreciate you. Tabitha said he can leave Cardi alone. Fessy said, ripped a new one, even from a sad place. That's a new low. Very true. I think this guy is just, he's definitely giving weird vibes. And I don't know how I feel about Cardi B kind of inserting herself into the situation. On one hand, I'm like, oh, this is a celebrities, they're just like us moment, right? We're all getting these videos on our TikTok feed. We're all invested in this story. We're all hoping and praying for a miracle. And Cardi B is, sharing similar sentiments. She also thinks his, the stepson's behavior was weird and she's calling it out. But then on the other hand, I'm kind of like, should we even be saying anything? I don't know. I think it's hard. It's hard for me on this one because you guys know, obviously, I've been on the receiving end of some comments from Cardi B. So I know this is a little bit different, I feel like, because her fans aren't going to go after this guy. It's definitely interesting. It's weird. Travis said, I get everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but Cardi, you need to take a seat and shush. Canagramma said, nasty rich people problems. Okay, so you guys are kind of like, some people are like, Cardi is okay to be saying something, and then some of you are like, this was not Cardi's place to be talking. And yeah, I kind of feel like when you're a celebrity, you know, people have to be 10 times more aware of what they are saying. You know what I mean? I feel like if Cardi had, you know, not millions and millions of followers and she put this out there, who cares? You know, it would just be like somebody putting out their opinion like we all do on social media. But I do think when you have a super big platform and you say something about someone and you kind of open them up to a whole new world of negativity and online bullying, that's a whole other can of worms that I'm not sure anyone should really be opening. Crispy Cheese says, by Cardi saying something like that, it manifests awful comments. Exactly. Completely agree. I feel like, again, even though I don't think any of us agree with how this guy is acting, I don't think any of us would be doing the same situation if a family member was in this situation. But, you know, everyone's different. Everyone's different, I guess. All right, you guys, we're going to move on and talk about Britney Spears. So what should we do? What emoji should we put in the chat for Britney? What are you guys thinking? Maybe the dancing girl. Dancing girl. Go ahead and put dancing girl emojis in the chat if you are ready to talk about Britney Spears. And unfortunately, Jamie Lynn Spears, you guys know she really gets my upper lip sweat going, similar to a Tristan Thompson situation. So we're going to get into talking about Britney Spears. Real quick, I'm going to read Casey's comment. I feel like Cardi should just be quiet, have your opinion, but obviously keep it to yourself. What was the point? We can all think it like hell it's creepy. I agree, Casey. I agree. Okay, I'm seeing the dancing girls. Let's get into this Britney tea, you guys. So Britney recently took to Instagram and revealed that she went and visited Jamie Lynn Spears on set recently. She put this caption next to a video of her dancing on vacation. She said that visiting family is so great. And many people are very confused as to why she's going to visit Jamie Lynn Spears. This is obviously such a vastly different tone than how Britney has spoken about Jamie Lynn previously, prior to this point. We do know that Britney made up with her mom, Lynn, by all appearances. Somebody from TMZ caught Lynn, flying into LAX, going to Britney's home, sitting and chatting with her. And then Britney went ahead and confirmed that her and her mom did have coffee and they had a conversation on her Instagram. And then now we're hearing that she went and visited Jamie Lynn on set. Clearly they are repairing their relationship. I need to know what you guys think about this because I have reservations. I obviously think it's Britney's family. They've had such a fractured relationship for so long. I don't think there's anything wrong with Britney wanting to repair that fractured relationship, but I think I'm just very weary about Jamie Lynn's intentions behind repairing the relationship, because I do feel like one of the main intentions for Jamie Lynn is to fix her public perception and her public reputation, because she has been dragged through the mud during this entire thing. And so that just makes me a little weary. Are you more concerned with fixing your relationship with your sister, or are you more concerned with making sure the public doesn't hate your guts? That's what I'm not sure about when it comes to Jamie Lynn Spears. Travis said blood is thicker than water. Hawaiian Amazon said because they are sisters and Britney is not them, she needs to be careful with her money and make healthy boundaries. Denise said there's something wrong with the buttermilk. Maria said, I guess people evolve. Plus, when it's family members that hurt you, we always want to believe that they do change, which I agree. I think we are more likely to give family members the benefit of the doubt. We're more likely to hear them out. Not necessarily saying that's a good thing. I think anyone who has had a toxic family member and you've had to make that boundary or possibly cut them off for good, it's not easy. It's actually incredibly hard, but sometimes that's what needs to happen. Someone said Minervina Minerva. Sorry, I was not saying that right. I wonder if she's going to talk with her brother and dad next. That literally was what I thought. I was like, okay, if we've reconciled with Lynn, we're now reconciling with Jamie Lynn. Does that literally mean she is going to try to get on good terms with Jamie? Because that would be freaking sane to me. That would be crazy. Which I do think that would be further off, because if you remember, Britney is still taking legal action, as far as we know, against her father Jamie for all of the things he did to her during the conservatorship. Britney's attorney Matthew Rosengart is not backing down. But you guys, this just literally popped in my head. You don't think that Britney's family is trying to make amends with her, so that way she'll eventually make amends with her dad, so then she'll drop any legal action against her dad? That literally just popped in my mind. Like, do you think this is part of a master plan? I'm getting crazy. I'm going to reel it in, because that is definitely pure speculation. That's just me, like, letting my mind wander and anxiety take control of my brain. So I'm going to reel it in, but it's just, I just can't understand why now all of a sudden everyone's reaching out and everyone is, wanting to put their differences aside, leave the past in the past. It just feels like a very, very big 180 for me. And I feel like if my family was horrible to me for over 13 years, I don't know if I would be able to make a 180 this quickly. Superstar Bella said, people are watching her entire family. Everybody knows how they move. Jamie Lynn is never going to be able to repair her relationship with the public. She turned her back on her sister for money. Patrice Starr said, I've just checked out the entire Britney saga. I just think let them repair the family dynamics, but do it in private. Completely agree. But Britney loves posting on Instagram. I have to say, Jamie Lynn wasn't out here posting anything. If Jamie Lynn posted it before Britney, I would be like, y'all, this is insane. She's definitely looking for clout. She's definitely wanting to make sure a little too much that people know that they're okay. But it definitely is, it is interesting. And I think, you guys know I also have reservations about Sam Asghari too. I think, as far as Britney is concerned, I just hope she is using her head and not just her heart, because I think her heart obviously wants her family relationships to be repaired. She wants everything to go back to the way it used to be. And while that is a very pure intention to have, I think she needs to definitely still be using her head on this situation and her head on these relationships, because these people definitely give me pause. Again, I wanted Sam Asghari to be in her corner. I wanted him to be the one, but sometimes his behavior, I don't feel it. Y'all know, I've talked to you guys about this. I'm just like, I don't know. Denise said, yeah, I'd be very concerned about her if she forgave her dad after all that she went through. I definitely worry that the family is trying to use her. I just want her to be happy and healthy. Exactly. Same freaking here. I just want her to be thriving. I want her to be doing whatever she wants. And I also want her to be able to spend the remainder of her money on herself and however she wants to spend it. You know what I mean? I think that's really what she should be focused on. Vessie said, cutting people off is hard but very necessary. She needs to cut the bad parts out before it infects the rest of the body. Yep, completely agree. Tabitha said, because for so long Britney had no control over what she posts. Exactly. I'm not shading her using social media. I can't imagine what it would be like to have somebody literally run your public persona for so long and then finally get control of it. I would want to be screaming my narrative and my story from the rooftop. So I don't blame Britney at all. I do just wish that we could get this memoir thing figured out, because I want to read what happened to Britney that we don't know. And the last we heard, it was delayed because there were some cease and desist letters going out. Some people had gotten wind of what Britney was writing. They didn't want that. And but I want that. I really want that. Also, one thing I saw, and I want to just ask you guys to see if you've seen this too, or if this is just my stuff that I'm seeing. Have you been seeing that people are concerned because TriStar has also kind of gotten involved in Justin Bieber's career, and now people are worried about Justin Bieber because they haven't heard from him. They haven't really seen him. We're hearing that, he sold his music catalog. That theory is crazy to me, but I'm not going to lie, it's stuck in my head and I can't unthink it. Lou Taylor, you know, it's definitely crazy. I don't know if you guys have seen stuff like that, but it freaks me out because I'm like, if there is, Maria said yes, he also looks super medicated, which if you look back on photos from Britney Spears, you know, when she was getting into the conservatorship and they were trying to gather evidence of her needing the conservatorship, the photos of her were definitely, they're giving very similar vibes, the medicated vibes, which is just crazy. Crispy Cheese said, I'm following that theory for sure. Me too. It's just one of those things you can't unsee and you can't unthink it after you see it, you know? Cass said, I'm worried about Justin. I feel like he's spiraling. Superstar Bella said Justin should be worried. He has nothing but vultures around him. I agree, you guys. I freaking agree. It's crazy. I don't know. But it's definitely something to keep an eye on. I feel like I need Justin to, I don't know, like do a public appearance or something because something there just doesn't feel right. I don't know. I hope everything's fine. I hope everything's fine, but I feel like Hailey's been super, super public and like really doing the most publicly to kind of carry them both. But it's like at some point we're gonna need to see the Biebs with our own two eyes. We're gonna need to hear the Biebs with our own two ears. We're gonna need to see a little bit more, if you know what I mean. Also, Scooter Braun isn't a good person. Yeah. Y'all know how I feel about Scooter Braun. Scooter Braun is on my list of icks, if you will, under Tristan Thompson. Like, Tristan Thompson, Scooter Braun, Jamie Lynn Spears, and this stepson of this billionaire. For right now. I don't think, does anyone like Scooter Braun? Like, just curious. Does anyone actually like Scooter Braun? No way, right? Maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. But it's a no for me. Harmony said, heck no. Okay, yeah, no. I didn't think any of us would like, Cass, I literally was just like, oh my God, I just offended Cass. She loves Scooter Braun. That gave me upper lip sweat. Like, I almost just freaked out. Gerard Piqué. Oh, definitely adding him to the list. Cass, you really just got me. I'm not kidding. Fessy said, no, I need him to hide under the rock he crawled out from. T, Fessy, T. Travis said, did Ariana leave him, by the way? So Ariana is still technically with Scooter. But she is one of the only clients he's had that fired him for a period. So when he was really interfering with her personal life years ago, this is like when she was dating her dancer, and he was really trying to over control other aspects of her life outside of her career. Him and Ariana did have problems, and she did fire him for a period of time, but then she ended up rehiring him, and now she is still with Scooter Braun. But she is the only one who did stand up to him for a time period. Also, I don't know if you guys have heard, Ariana, there's rumors our girl's having marital problems because the Wicked filming schedule is so crazy. This was a report from Radar Online. Apparently, like, her and Dalton Gomez, you guys know they've been married for a little over 2 years. She's just so busy, and it's taking a toll on their relationship. She's obviously been working in England, and the filming schedule's crazy. She also can't communicate a ton because she needs to save her voice. I hope everything is good in that situation. I really, really hope. Tom Sandoval absolutely is added to that list of icks. Thank you, Cass, for reminding me. But yeah, there are some rumors about Ariana and Dalton as well. That just made me think of it because y'all brought her up. So I wanted to make sure you guys know that there are some grumblings about Ariana and her marriage, which I hope those are not true. And I hope that whenever she is done filming Wicked, which I think is going to be absolutely iconic and amazing, I hope, people are also saying other things about Dalton. I really hope that they can maybe get back to a better place, but I don't know. Tamara said, is Scooter the only person out there for everyone to go to? Literally, Tamara. I'm like, where are the other music managers? Where are they? And can we find them? Please. Aaron said, truthfully, I never thought that marriage would last. Aaron, I was hoping it would because I like the idea of a celebrity marrying someone who isn't necessarily in the industry. I was hoping that would be a good, positive thing, but I think that has its pros and its cons because if you don't marry someone in the industry, they can understand what you're going through to a point, but I don't think they can get it 110% of the way, you know? I don't think they can ever fully grasp how much pressure their partner would be under, you know? I'm so out of the loop until I come here. Canna Grandma, that's what I'm here for. That's why I'm here, to fill you guys in on what people are talking about. Tabitha said, I hope Ariana is good. And me too. I hope that Ariana is doing good as well. Sacred Space, hey House of Hill, so happy to see we're doing a live today. Yes, y'all, we are doing lives every Wednesday. It's our happy hour hang, 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will always be here live unless you hear otherwise. Okay, we're gonna move on, you guys, and talk about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. So let's get some crowns in the chat if you are ready for this royal family tea that is going to blow your minds, because it has been blowing my mind. There is so much royal family tea, and I know Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, this is one topic that not everyone on the House of Hill is in the same page here. So I'm really interested to get into this tea with you guys because I am shook. So Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, I'm loving the crowns. Thank y'all so much. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, you guys, have been getting dragged relentlessly. So on Friday, news broke that Spotify, Kayla Cakes, I need shams, literally. I didn't even have time to pour shams, you guys, so I'm just hydrating over here. So you guys, on Friday, news broke that Spotify was ending their deal with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. They had a $20 million podcast deal. Meghan Markle's podcast, Archetypes, only released 13 episodes of this podcast and nothing else was coming. So Spotify was like, yeah, we're not going to be giving you any more money. And in fact, we're terminating our relationship. Like, we are no longer working with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. And a Spotify exec and a fellow podcaster, his name is Bill Simmons, he actually accused Meghan Markle and Prince Harry of being grifters. He said that their podcast should have been named Effing Grifters. He went in on how he needs to get drunk one time and tell the story about the Zoom he was on with Prince Harry and how he couldn't come up with any podcast ideas and how he was trying to give him ideas and how it was just like one of the craziest things he's ever experienced. A grifter is kind of like a scam artist, I would say. Kind of like a con person. That's probably not the exact dictionary definition, but that's how I understand the term grifter. Like, you're kind of wheeling and dealing. You're a little bit slimy. So for him to call them grifters, I felt like was a pretty big accusation. I feel like he's essentially saying that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle duped Amazon into this $20 million deal and they didn't deliver. That's basically what he's saying in a nutshell. In addition to that, you guys, if you watched my YouTube short that I posted yesterday, Kelly Osbourne was also on a podcast and just ripping into Prince Harry. She called him a TWAT, spell it with your P's for my easy A people, you know what I'm talking about. She said that he's a whiner and that he thinks he's the only person who's ever had mental problems and a hard life when everyone has a hard life. She said, he dressed up like a Nazi previously and now he's trying to come back and act like the Pope. She told him to suck it. I mean, it was just crazy. Yes, I love Prince Harry too. So it is really, really insane to me. I mean, Kelly Osbourne just freaking went in, you guys, went in. And then, something else I forgot to tell you about Meghan Markle's podcast before I get into King Charles. Another thing about Meghan Markle and this podcast, you guys, a report came out that Meghan Markle apparently wasn't even conducting the interviews for her podcast. So, got this $20 million deal from Spotify, and she wasn't even doing the interviews. Allegedly, people from her staff were conducting the interviews. Then they would go back, have Meghan record the questions in her own voice, and then they would edit it together. And one of her guests, it was a journalist, Alison Yarrow, who appeared on the 4th episode of the podcast, previously revealed that she was actually not interviewed by Meghan Markle and that she was interviewed by a sound producer. And the journalist was like, the sound producer who I spoke to was great interview skills. Like, it was a fantastic interview. But that was something else about the podcast that really shook me and really upset me. And I think the reason why I'm upset is because I always put myself in that situation, you know what I mean? Like, if I had a $20 million Spotify deal, hell, if I had a friggin' $1 million Spotify deal, y'all know me. I would be busting my hump. I would be bending over backwards, doing the splits, doing whatever I needed to do to make sure that Spotify was so impressed with me, to make sure that my viewers were happy, make sure the House of Hill was happy. Like, I would be like working so hard to make sure that everyone was pleased and loving it, and it was, you know, growing, and we could grow it to do bigger and better things. So when I hear that someone gets a $20 million podcast deal based on their name, which I'm not taking away. Meghan Markle's been through it, you know, I get it. But the fact that you couldn't even be bothered to actually sit down and do the interviews, I have a little bit of a problem with that. I struggle with that, you know. I don't really like that, because I feel like that is just, it's kind of being lazy, to be honest. And I know she's a mom, and I know she has a lot of things going on, and I know the podcast was not, you know, her main focus of life, but to kind of just be so nonchalant about a $20 million podcast deal when there are thousands of people who would love to take your place, I struggle with that. I definitely struggle with that. I'm not a huge fan about that. Shabria said, I do feel like Kelly is wrong. This is why men don't speak about their mental health. Shabria, going back to Kelly, sorry, I just wanted to fill you guys in on the podcast thing. I didn't necessarily agree with what Kelly Osbourne was saying either. I think mocking somebody's mental health is never okay. I also think, you know, obviously she's going to have a different view on things because she's grown up with the monarch. You know, being in the United States, we don't grow up with that. It kind of is like this far away thing that we, you know, look at and we're like, wow, that's so cool. I think Kelly was a little harsh, but there's a lot of people who feel like, you know, she hit the nail on the head, which is crazy. Patrice said, you can't complain about how much you hate your position, but make your entire living off trashing your family when you know that they won't respond. People are calling her deceptive. Superstar Bella said, podcasting is not as easy as it looks. I agree. Podcasting is not as easy as it looks. However, I think if you are given a podcast deal solely based on who you are, I think you should quickly learn how podcasting works, and you have the ability to hire literally the best team to make you look incredible. I don't know why you wouldn't. To me, again, that's looking like you're trying to take the easy way out. And again, as someone who is hustling in this industry and, you know, would love a multi-million-dollar deal with Spotify, I struggle with that. I'll never really see that as an excuse. Especially when you have the means to hire the best team around you. It's kind of similar whenever Kendall or Kylie have had, you know, these controversial ad campaigns. You have the money to make sure you have the smartest people in the industry, in your room, in your corner, having your back. If you don't utilize that, it's really hard for me to feel bad for you. It's really hard for me to not understand. Thank you, Life with Marissa. I can't wait to see your talk show, Maddie. Love watching you. Y'all, fingers crossed. We are manifesting. I did also want to fill you guys in. King Charles, after all of this, is also trying to distance himself from Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. A new report came out in Us Magazine today, you guys, and the source said, quote, there's no doubt King Charles wishes to avoid Harry and Meghan until he sees some positive change on their end. So, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed, to say the least. I'm not even going to lie. I'm definitely disappointed, but, you know, what are we going to do? We're going to move on and talk about Kendall Jenner, because I'm very interested to hear what y'all have to say about this. For Kendall Jenner, I feel like we have to keep up with the horse emoji. No, from last week. If you guys missed last week's live, they were trying to like make us believe that Kendall Jenner might be pregnant, but it was really her horse. So when we were talking about Kendall, we put horse emojis in the chat. So I feel like we just should keep up with that, because I don't know how else to describe Kendall. So thank you, Harmony. We're going to put some horse emojis in the chat when we're talking about Kendall. She's a horse girl now. For me, forever. It is what it is. It's happening. Also, y'all, if you haven't given this video a like, I would really appreciate it if you all hit this video with a like. Hopefully that'll help more people get notified on YouTube. You guys know YouTube notifications are touch and frickin' go. So you guys, Kendall was actually profiled for the Wall Street Journal, and she admitted that she doesn't feel like a Kardashian. She said, quote, "I obviously understand I fall under the umbrella of the Kardashian sisters. It's just weird to me because I'm just like my dad in so many ways. I'm such a Jenner in my opinion." Now, she also admitted that she is excited to have kids one day, so we're following it up on the clickbait. However, one thing she said that was interesting, she said that when she does have kids, she will not continue to live in LA, which I found that surprising because her whole family is here. A lot of times when you talk to transplants in LA, aka people who have moved like myself from Kansas City to LA, a lot of people always say, once I have kids, I'm not going to move here. I'm not going to live here. I would want to live closer to my family, whatever. So it's interesting to me that Kendall's taking the opposite approach. Her whole family and support system is here, but when she has kids, she wants to leave. I don't know. I also do think I agree with what she's saying. I don't think that Kendall Jenner is necessarily a Kardashian. I think Kylie gives more of that Kardashian energy. Kendall definitely gives me more Jenner energy, but what are you guys thinking? Harmony said, "Oh, that's interesting. Maybe she'll become or move to the countryside and maybe try to live in peace." Life with Marissa said, "I just kind of feel like it's weird that all of this drama and difficulty started happening as soon as he got involved with Meghan." Finishing up about Prince Harry and Meghan. Very, very, very good point. Yeah, I got you, Harmony. I got you. But let me know. Do you guys think that Kendall's more of a Jenner, or do you think she's more of a Kardashian? I'm definitely understanding what she's saying when she says she's more of a Jenner. I definitely feel that way. Tabitha said she will move out of the country. Out of everyone, I could see Kendall wanting a very quiet life. I could see Kendall just wanting a life where she is kind of to herself. She has her animals. She doesn't want to be on social media. She doesn't want all of that. I know Kylie has always said she wants to live on a farm, but I don't know if Kylie could really do it. I don't know if Kylie could be away from social media enough to actually do life on a farm. Just my own opinion. Tamara said, "I can't picture Kendall with kids." I honestly can't either. Aaron said Kendall is sort of boring in a good way. That was a nice way to say it. She seems very laid back compared to the rest of the family. Completely agree. Autumn, girl, don't worry. I'm happy you made it. Thank you for making time for us on your Wednesday. Let's see. I'm surprised Kourtney hasn't left the country. Not yet. Sacred Space said, as long as Kendall is nice and doesn't bully anymore, she can say she stands apart from the Kar-Jenners. T. Honestly, T. Fessy said, Kendall is more of a Zen person. She really feels like when she's made all of her money, I feel like she will do her TikToks out of sight, out of mind. I agree. I completely agree. Harmony said, Kylie should try that mini-series that Cardi did when she tried different things. Maybe that'll change her mind. Maybe. I still don't see Kylie being able to survive on the farm. I don't feel it. I don't see it. But you guys, I do also want to fill you in on a little more Kar-Jenner news. Because I don't know if y'all saw this, but Kim was on the latest episode of Hailey Bieber's Who's in My Bathroom. And I'm not even going to lie to you guys, I did not watch the entire episode. A, I haven't had time, and B, I don't know if I want to. Harmony, yes, Kendall is still with Bad Bunny, technically. As far as we know, we haven't heard anything that they've broken up. I know he is starting to do interviews now about kind of struggling with keeping his personal life more quiet. So we'll see how long it lasts. I don't know. But yeah, so Kim was on Hailey Bieber's Who's in My Bathroom. It definitely looks like it was filmed a little bit ago. The only clip I did see is Kim was asked about her celebrity crush, and she chose to drink instead of answer the questions, which, of course, you guys know everyone's just been surrounded and just enthralled with Kim's love life and wanting to know, who she's going to date after Pete Davidson. Is she linked to Tom Brady? Is she not? So it was interesting that she did choose to drink there, and I do feel like she is smart with what she does, because I think kind of one of the storylines that's going to pop up this season is going to be like, is Kim dating? Who is Fred? Who is she talking to? So very smart not to answer that during that interview. I will absolutely say. Wait, what? When did Kim appear on the Bathroom Show? Now, the episode released today. People can't live without Kim dating or being infatuated with someone. I'd love to see a Kim solo era. I would too. I would love, love, love to see a Kim solo era, but I don't know. Lorraine said, I will be watching in a little bit. Just popped in to say hi and give this a like. I love that you're doing these. Thank you, Lorraine. I freaking appreciate you. You are the best. Maria said she swears she's the modern Monroe. Maybe. I don't know. Erin said, I heard a rumor of Kim and Usher being together. I don't believe it, but it's fun. I freaking love Usher. I mean, yeah, will be one of the first songs played at my wedding. I know personally he's not the best kind of guy. I did see him in Las Vegas one time years ago in the Louis Vuitton store. He was very nice, very normal. And then like all these fans started rushing him. It was crazy. But I don't know if I believe Kim and Usher. I could see them maybe like a little hookup after the Usher concert, but definitely not like a long-term situation. And I will admit, seeing Kim and Chloe at the Usher concert in Vegas did make me want to kind of go because I love Usher. I think it would be a great freaking show. Usher, y'all love Usher. Me too, honestly. I don't feel like he's come out with anything like that I'm obsessed with recently, but all of his old stuff, big Usher fan. But you guys know I'm like a 2000s hip hop girly. The 2000s were my time. I was born at the right time. I was born in 93, so I was definitely aware enough of what was going on in the 2000s. 2000s hip hop is and will forever be my favorite genre. Just truly the best. Oh, great times, great memes, great music. So much fun. Simpler times, if you will. Much simpler times. Cass said, I'm a 2000s emo girl. That too. I feel like I was less emo girl. I really was, you guys. 2000s hip. My Mama Hill is obsessed with Nelly. Mama Hill has met Nelly twice. So I definitely, I was definitely more of the 2000s hip hop for sure. Tabitha said grew up on Usher music. Rosie said 2000s, couldn't agree more. Just the best time. It was funny actually. Do you guys remember the song Laffy Taffy? This always pops in my head whenever I think of 2000s hip hop because my mom let us listen to whatever music we wanted to. But I do remember the song Laffy Taffy specifically. My sister knew like all of the words and she's 3 years younger than me. And my mom had to give us a talk of like, we can only sing the lyrics when we're in the car with her and not around other kids or parents because my mom was like, I don't want someone's mom calling me being like, why is my child singing Girl Shake That Laffy Taffy? I'm Mr. Chico Stick. I want to dun-dun-oh because you so thick. Like, Mama Hill was like, we can sing these songs in the car together, but not with other kids because, just wanted to keep it together. So that is one of my Lollipop by Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne still. I know Lil Wayne, you guys. He's really struggled recently. He hasn't had the best personal record happening. But when I saw Lil Wayne, which was pretty shortly after, this was probably in like 2009, when I saw Lil Wayne in concert. Honestly, one of the best concerts I've ever. It was so fun. T-Pain opened for him. And then Lil Wayne came on right after. My parents took us. I'm sure people judged my parents for taking us because, people were like, it's inappropriate. He did have strippers all over the stage, which were honestly, they were so freaking talented. Still, one of my biggest takeaways, I'm like, you know what? Strippers are strong. They are talented. And they slay. Seeing them at the Lil Wayne concert, my life was changed. I was like, holy moly, these women are so freaking strong and so freaking talented. Lil Wayne concert is still one of my freaking favorite concerts ever. Maria said, I love T-Pain. Me too. Honestly, and he's so funny on social media now. He is hilarious. I'm happy that he is getting a resurgence because T-Pain is truly an icon. Also, hello to Belize in the building. 2000s for sure. I still, you guys, it like blows my mind that the House of Hill is international. And it's so cool. I'm so happy that we're all here together. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, let's move on and talk about Kourtney Kardashian and this pregnancy announcement and how Scott Disick feels about it and how Shannon Moakler feels about it. So go ahead and put some pregnant emojis in the chat so we can talk about Kourtney. You guys, did you ever actually think we were going to see the day that Kourtney was pregnant? Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I didn't think that we would actually see that. Obviously, we've been hearing reports since before Kourtney and Travis got married that they wanted to have a baby, and we obviously saw them go through IVF on the show. But for some reason, I just kind of didn't think that it was going to happen. I felt like at some point they would maybe decide, we're both in our 40s, we have older children, we don't want to start over, but I was freaking wrong. They are definitely doing it. Kourtney is pregnant. She looks fantastic, sending her all of the healthy pregnancy vibes. I'm actually so happy for them because I do believe that they are so in love. I felt the way that she announced it to the world was amazing. She was, emulating a Blink-182 music video, and seeing that moment with her and Travis, it made me teary-eyed. I'll be honest. I was living for it when I saw the video. I really, really, really like it. Minerva said Chris didn't like this, probably because Chris didn't have, any say over how Kourtney was doing this. But I think Kourtney did it the way she wanted to, and she made it a very special moment for her and Travis. And I think that's exactly how she wanted it, and I think that's exactly how it should have been done. It shouldn't be on the show. It shouldn't be something that Chris, is manipulating. It's a big moment for them, and it should happen the way that they want it to happen. People are saying, I didn't think it was going to be in the cards for them, to be perfectly honest. Me neither, but I'm so happy that it is. Crispy Cheese said the love is so strong with these two. I mean, they truly are obsessed with each other, honestly. They are truly freaking obsessed with each other. And yes, Kourtney is 44, which is why I say, she is so healthy, and Travis is healthy, and obviously they have access to resources. But definitely just sending her all of the happy, healthy, positive pregnancy vibes. I'm very excited for them, you guys. But as far as Scott Disick and Shannon Moakler's reactions, first we're going to talk about Scott, because I think we all probably saw that video of Kourtney announcing her pregnancy. We were happy. We loved seeing her and Travis. And then if you're like me, your third thought was, I wonder how Scott Disick is doing. So a source told the Daily Mail that Kourtney did give Scott a heads up that she was pregnant. She told him prior to her doing the sign at the concert and obviously announcing it to the public. So Scott did know ahead of time. He just didn't know when she was going to announce it to the public. So the source went on to say, the source actually, who spoke to the Daily Mail, went on a really long tangent saying that this, Scott's been struggling with this a little bit because it just reiterates that they're really done. Apparently, even though Kourtney and Scott have been broken up for years, because they were still linked by the kids, Scott would sometimes romanticize that they could still get back together even though she was married. So Scott definitely, still had hope. I don't know why, but he apparently still had hope, according to the source who spoke to the Daily Mail. But then the source went on to say, quote, "This isn't going to happen, that it isn't a shock. It just kind of sucks for Scott right now to deal with it since the whole world now knows. Kourtney also making the announcement during Father's Day weekend really gutted him. He will get over it, but Scott is sad." So do y'all think Scott has room to be sad? Do you think he has room to be gutted? Do you think he has room to think that they could still have gotten back together even after all these years? I kind of feel like it's obviously okay for him to be sad. I think, his one thing that he always had over Travis Barker was the fact that he's the only one who had babies with Kourtney. He was the father of their children. And that is one thing that Travis Barker could never take away from Scott Disick. But now, obviously, Travis and Kourtney are going to have their own little baby. And I kind of feel like he has to deal with it. It is what it is. She's moved on. She's happy. And even though it hurts for him, I think he has to sit back and let her be happy. I mean, you can't be, out here dating 19 and 20-year-olds and then be gutted over the fact that the mother of your children, who you treated horribly and who, you broke up with years ago, has finally found happiness and has finally found somebody who treats her the way that she deserves to be treated. After a while, it's not a cute look, Scott. It's not a super cute look. Shabria said, no, Scott has no room. He put her through hell and never wanted to change for her, so let's go. Casey said, Kourtney had enough respect to tell Scott that shows what kind of caring person she really is. I don't think they would have gotten back together, but I think it's normal for him to be upset. Completely agree. And I agree with you. I also think that was really big of her to tell him first. Like, technically, I feel like she didn't even owe him that. I don't think she really needed to tell him first. I think that shows they are at a very good co-parenting place, that she did give him the heads up and she did tell him first. I do think Scott is probably, someone brought up Sophia Richie. I think he's hurting extra now because Kourtney is now having a baby with Travis, and then the other woman who he was the closest to getting married to, Sophia Richie, which is crazy to say, but it's true, is now also married and moving on with her life. So I'm sure on one hand he's kind of starting to feel that middle-aged bachelor, kind of panic. I actually don't know if men get that. Women, I'm 30 and I'm 30, I'm single, my eggs are decaying, I'm panicking. I don't know if men feel the same way. Obviously, they don't have the same constraints when it comes to having children or having a family, so probably not. But I do wonder if Scott is starting to get like the middle-aged bachelor scaries, if that's a thing. Like the Sunday scaries, the middle-aged bachelor scaries. I do think eventually it catches up to them. And then I feel like it's a George Clooney situation where you find you're a mall and you have twins immediately. Tamara said, yes, Madison, that's what I was thinking. She doesn't owe him anything. She didn't have to tell him. Harmony said, I'm surprised she told him first, but it's a different kind of respect. Hopefully he understands their place together and just deals with it. I agree. Jennifer said, Scott is a Hollywood F-boy, man. Agree. Shabria said, Madison, your eggs are not decaying. Trust me. Shabria, I hope so, girl. I'm not kidding. You guys, that's a thought that keeps me up. I'm like, I gotta call my insurance and see if they'll cover freezing my eggs, because these are things that I start panicking about. Sacred Space said, there's actually a lot of women having babies after 35. If you look up celebs, that's quite a few. I do agree with you. I think times have changed. Obviously, things are so different now. And people are getting, married later and getting pregnant later. But, I still, I'm a worrier. Like, I worry about things constantly. I'm always having anxiety. So I think that's just where my mind goes. Travis said, whatever happened to Mason now, I think of it, we don't see him on the show anymore. I think Mason was put in timeout. Because if you guys remember, over the pandemic, he was on TikTok and just spilling all of the family tea. So I don't think Mason's allowed to be on social media anymore, because he just gave 0 Fs and was just spilling all of the family tea. Remember, he's the one who actually first admitted that Kylie and Travis were not together when they had their last break. Obviously, they broke up at the end of this year, but the last time that they were on a break, he is the one who was like, I don't know why people think Kylie and Travis are together. They're definitely not together. And everyone is like, Mason spilling the tea on TikTok Live. It was a big deal. Also, Cass said, I was 34 with my first, 36 when I had my second. Okay. Y'all are really making me feel fabulous. Okay. I can breathe. The House of Hill always brings me back to reality. Thank you guys for checking me. Thank you. Tabitha said, men can have children far longer than women, so Scott could eventually find someone and have more kids also. I agree. And if he dates, whatever, somebody younger, it's highly likely that that's going to be the case. Also, as far as Shanna Moakler's reaction is concerned, you guys, because I just saw the time, she actually shockingly was very nice. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of expected her to post something shady, because Shanna Moakler has been very vocal about not being here for Kourtney and Travis's relationship since literally day one. But she was responding to some Instagram comments. She also confirmed that she knew prior to the public, so Travis also let Shanna know as well, which I think it's good. Both exes got a heads up. Again, I think that's the mature move. And then in the comments, she also said, quote, that she also said that she is, quote, very excited for them. Then she went on to say, hope they have a great experience bringing new life into the world. So there you go. Shanna actually kept it cute. And then she did post that Alabama sent her a bouquet of flowers, some roses. I don't know if Alabama was doing that as just kind of like a, I love you, Mom, like, you're not replaced, don't get upset. But I did find that interesting. I do think Alabama sending her flowers kind of shows that she might have, kind of felt like Scott, in the sense of a little sad, but also, things are over, it is what it is. I still think she kind of holds on to her and Travis, same as Scott and Kourtney. But I do think the fact that she personally put out her own feelings probably negated a lot of reports that could have come out and, kind of nipped everything in the bud, that no one can now come out and say, Shanna's hurt, Shanna's upset, Shanna's angry, because she herself wrote in the comments of her Instagram that she's happy for them and she wants nothing but the best for them. So I honestly think it was kind of smart for her to put that out there publicly because, me personally, I would have thought that Shanna felt some type of way about it, to be completely honest with you guys. Sacred Sip Base said that's good. She's keeping it cute. Fessy said that seems so nice and big of her. That's good. I hope that, her kids keep close to her because that will just be sad. I agree. I think that really was probably one of the biggest points of contention that Shanna had with Kourtney was that, she felt like Alabama and Landon were gravitating more towards her than they were to Shanna. And I think there was a little bit of jealousy there. But it sounds like that subsided, and it sounds like the kids are more interested in giving Shanna a little more time and a little more acknowledgement, which is probably helping her be less salty about the situation, which is honestly probably a good thing. I do wonder how Kourtney's kids feel about the pregnancy. I just wonder if that's something that they wanted, if they wanted another brother or sister, or if they were just happy with the three of them. I'm sure Travis's kids are ecstatic. They're all a little older. They're all, can have a better understanding of this is something their parent, Travis and Kourtney really wanted. So I think it's easier for the older kids to be happy and on board. I do wonder how the younger kids feel because I do think that could be kind of mixed feelings. I feel like, you might be a little worried like mom's having this new baby with her new husband and you could kind of spiral a little bit. But hopefully that's not the case. I hope that they're all excited and happy and everyone's here for it. Eminem said, I get it. I think it's probably hard to see the other parent having kids with someone else, but hey, that's life. I'm glad she kept it cute. Me too. Because y'all know, Shanna's not known for keeping it cute. Shanna is known for being messy. And Shanna is known for putting her feels out there. Aaron said, I get the feeling that Penelope has had a tough time with all the changes. Aaron, I agree. If you guys remember whenever Kourtney called Penelope to say that her and Travis were getting married, Penelope was really, really upset. I still think that had a lot to do with the fact they weren't included in the moment and Travis's kids were included in the moment. Again, that wouldn't have been my decision, but I'm not the one getting engaged. So I agree, Aaron. I could see Penelope maybe struggling. I feel like Mason probably doesn't care, honestly. I feel like as long as his life doesn't change, Mason's like, whatever, it's fine. And then Rain is just, I don't know, maybe he's better behaved now, but all the clips I saw of Rain when he was little, he was a wild child, to say the least. And let's just say if Rain was in Mama Hill's house, he would not be behaving the way that he was behaving. I can tell you that. I can promise you that. Harmony said, it's definitely got to be hard. I'm glad they've all made progress as a family, though. And Maria, yes. You remember that whole thing when it was like, are we bringing Kourtney's kids? Are we not? That was a whole big drama. And I still maintain I think the kids should have been there. I don't know. Again, you can't go back. I get that. You can't change the past. But me personally, that is something that I've always not forgotten. I haven't forgotten that her kids were not included in that. Also, I just looked. I am so shiny. Because you guys, I literally ran in, sat down, turned on my camera, and was like, I need to go right now. So I'm happy that the live worked out, but I just look like a hot freaking mess. Aaron said, didn't Chloe say that Kourtney's kids are wild? She didn't say it in those words, but she definitely alluded to it. And then whenever Chloe was having to pick a guardian for True, if you remember, she picked Kim because she told Kourtney that she just thinks Kim was more of the kind of parent that she pictured herself being, which in my opinion is a nice way of saying, Kourtney, you're too lax with your kids and I don't want my kid growing up like that. So if anything happens to me, my daughter's going to Kim. And I do think that Kim is a good mom. Obviously she has a lot of help to make sure she's maintaining it. But I've always thought that Kourtney is very lax when it comes to the discipline. And, to each their own. To each their own. I feel like, again, I'm not a parent, so who am I to judge? But I feel like you do have to have a little bit of a balance. A little bit of a balance. I don't know. Just my own 2 cents. Just my own 2 cents. Yes, hi Kendra. If y'all are just tuning in, you guys, we got into so much stuff on this live. We talked about the submarine. We talked about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. We talked about Britney. We talked about Kendall. We talked about Kim. We talked about so many fun things. So definitely if you want to get caught up on the tea, scroll back and watch. That way you guys can hear all of the information if you're just now tuning in. I definitely want you guys to make sure you get caught up on everything. You guys, I just saw I've almost kept y'all here for an hour and 10 minutes. So is there anything else that y'all want to talk about? Is there any other celeb tea that you've been seeing that you guys want to discuss? Do y'all have a question for me that you want me to answer? I mean, I'm good to stay on for a couple more minutes if you want. Just saying. Let me know. Let me know if you have any questions. Any questions for me? You want another comment on celeb tea? Have you been seeing anything? I missed the story on Tom and Raquel, Maria Vanderpump, Tom Sandoval. I don't know which story you're talking about. If you're talking about Tom Sandoval at his most recent shows, talking about his affair with Raquel, and then he also shaded Tom Schwartz at one of his recent shows, which I was just like, okay, whatever. Ugh, Vanderpump. I can tell you guys about the Vanderpump crawl if you want me to talk about that. It was really fun. So we went to Schwartz and Sandy's. We talked to the bar manager there who, as my sister said, he trauma dumped on us. No, he definitely was really nice, and he was very open talking about things, and he was open about how, it's been really hard on all the employees at Schwartz and Sandy's, which we know, people have been leaving horrible Yelp reviews, and people have just been dogging on them. And like I said, I will admit, you guys, the bar manager at Schwartz and Sandy's, he was really, really nice. He gave us free dessert. He gave us free shots. Like, he was really, really nice. And hearing the toll that this is all taken on him and his staff, I was like, sir, I will... Actually, we were literally like, can we pay for the shots? Like, we felt so bad. We're like, can we pay for these things that you're trying to give us for free? And he was like, no, it's fine. So I did promise Brett. I was like, we will be back just for you. And then we went to Sir. I tried the Vanderpump Rosé. It was shockingly delicious. We got some food there. Didn't see Lisa or Ken, but that's okay. And then we went to Pump, and we got a Pumptini. And you guys, Pumptinis will knock you on your freaking tush if you're not crazy. Woo! They were very, very strong. Very, very good. And then we ended the night at Tom Tom, and that's when we got to talk with Tom Schwartz. And he came and he sat with us, and our friend's birthday, who we were celebrating, she was showing him pictures of her baby, and it was a lot of fun. It was fun. Although, I still think Schwartzy dropped the ball on the affair, and I told him that. But he is working. He is working to come back from that, if you will. And I will say, I do believe that he is taking a break from Sandoval after getting the first-hand vibes. I do think that, shockingly, contrary to my own belief, he is really trying to distance himself from Sandoval. Freaky Walrus said, hi, Madison. Just got home from work. Got to do some catch-up. I hope you're well. I hit 60 days sober tomorrow for a Walrus update. Girl, that is awesome. You should be so proud of yourself. I am so excited for you. Harmony said, I'm still waiting for the Beverly Hills and Dubai housewives. Honestly, I don't know how people feel about Kathy Hilton. Do we like her? Do we not? I always thought she was kind of a refreshing add-on. I personally right now am watching OC because I love Tamra Judge. I think she's crazy and great television. And obviously Real Housewives of New Jersey. Denise said, so glad you decided to keep the lives ongoing. I'm having a tough month mental health wise, and it's been super fun to get together with the House of Hill and have a fun happy hour session. Denise, that's exactly why we're here. We're here to uplift each other. We're here to support each other. We're here to be here for one another. And we're also here to just it's so nice to have a little break midweek I know for me personally, to just sit down and not think about any of the stressors we have going on in our life and just chat with our friends. Like, it is so refreshing. It's so nice. I'm so happy that we've been able to do this, and I'm so happy that we're able to get together, and I absolutely love it. Harmony said, OMG, I love the New Jersey Housewives. What do you think of Teresa? Harmony, I am not Team Teresa. I am Team Melissa when it comes to the fight. I think Teresa, it's so sad actually because I started rewatching Real Housewives of New Jersey. I started back at season 3, like when Melissa first came on. And it's just crazy to see how they've literally been going in circles. But Louis, I think, is going to be the demise of Teresa. I think he freaks me out. I think he is problematic. Again, I think he will be the demise of Teresa Giudice, and it's scary to see. Casey said, if I had to pick a favorite Housewives of New Jersey, who would it be? So okay, out of everyone who's been on the show, I would say I love me Caroline Manzo. Caroline Manzo is an icon. I loved Albie and Chris. I loved Lauren. I love their friend Greg. She is definitely one of my favorites. But as far as the current housewives who are on the show right now, I would say, oh man, I want to say Dolores, but Dolores was so wish-washy during the reunion that I was like, where's Patterson Dolores that we keep hearing about? Like, you're riding the fence so freaking hard. So, I guess Melissa. I guess Melissa. I actually like Rachel Fuda too. I thought her husband like handled himself so great during the reunion. So out of the newbies, I liked her better than Danielle. Danielle, I feel like, A, she got totally used by Teresa and Jennifer. And B, you know why I'm side-eyeing Danielle? A little added tea for you guys. She is actually married to Caroline Manzo's like step-nephew or something. Caroline Manzo is Danielle's step-aunt. Caroline Manzo helped Danielle get on the show, the Danielle that's on it right now, not OG Danielle. Caroline Manzo helped her step-niece get on the show. And then when someone was like, oh, well, how has it been going for her? How has filming been going? Caroline's like, oh, she hasn't returned any of my calls since she became friends with Teresa. Effed up. I don't like that. Also, thank you, Travis. Thanks for a wonderful live, Madison. Hugs. Bori, I'm in the UK. Travis, I'm so sorry. Go to bed. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Thank you for being here. Thank you for rocking with us. Thank you. I appreciate you. Harmony said Dolores is better this season. I'm Team... Okay, thank God we're all Team Melissa. I was truly stressed whenever someone brought up that question because my sister and I will talk. We're like, how can people be on Teresa's side? How can people be on Teresa's side? But I know there are people who are on Teresa's side because I see a lot of T channels being on her side. But I'm so happy, us here in the House of Hill, because we have multiple brain cells, we could all see the craziness that is going on and how Louis is so freaking problematic. It's insane. Tabitha said, just wanted to let you know, I've been watching your content for quite a long time now, and your great pop-offs and your shorts are my fave. Thank you. Shabria said, Madison just saw that there's going to be a documentary of the submarine in the UK on their Channel 5 on Thursday. They're producing it that quickly? Shabria, thank you. Thank you for that. I didn't know that it was coming so quick, but I appreciate you. Okay, we're all Team Melissa. Again, this is why I love the House of Hill. We are all on the same page, and I live for it. All right, you guys, I know I have kept you here. Thank you guys for rocking with me. You guys, I think we had a new record on this happy hour hang. I think we did. I was trying to watch the people, but I definitely think we hit a new peak, and we like kept it. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. I am so happy you're here. I am going to have some new merch coming soon. I know we've been requesting some ick merch, so I wanted to let you know I heard, and I will be making sure I come up with something so we can all have something going into summer, something fun that we can wear, and just keep us all connected wherever we are all around the world. And yeah, you guys, that is it. Just make sure, you like this video, make sure you're subscribed, make sure your notification bell is on, make sure that you are following me on Instagram and TikTok. And y'all, I will be back next Wednesday live, 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.